Let's get this show on the road. Okay.
That's awesome to hear. Anything else that you would want to say to your fans out there, people watching?
Well, just really looking forward to racing this weekend.
It's race day.
It's really just
Let's pretend it's all back to normal and that we're all going to be okay. Which we're all going to be okay. It's just shit kind of sucks right now. But what we're about to watch and listen to and react to is going to be pretty damn fun. And I'm excited about it. I want to make sure my audio is good. Okay, my audio is good. It's Tom. It's the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational at Texas. I watched the qualifying race this morning. Alex LeBay won, Anthony Alfredo second, Tom Majeski third, and I think who the fuck finished fourth? Somebody from ARCA finished fourth. I don't watch a lot of ARCA. Hey Janet, what's up? But the qualifying race this morning was awesome. So I can only imagine what this is going to be like. The qualifying race is pretty fun. We have Greg Biffle in the 16 today, and Bobby Labonte's back again in the 19. Dale Jr.'s in the 8 car. They didn't show qualifying for the race, but they showed the qualifying race for the 4 guys to get into the main race. They were showing a race hub from this week. I think there's 6 viewers already. You guys know you can watch this on TV, right? This week it's on regular Fox, and that's what I'm going to watch it on, regular Fox.
Fox Sports welcomes you to Texas Motor Speedway.
Hey!
In a virtual sense, for the NASCAR Pro Invitational Series on iRacing. Well, this is week number 2 for this series.
I'm so glad this is becoming a regular thing.
Last week, the real barn burner at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Wait, is the FS1 feed a little further ahead?
Television first.
It is! Okay, I'm going to watch the FS1. It's on regular Fox and Fox Sports 1 for anybody out there that wants to watch. I'm watching FS1 because on my cable, the FS1 feed is a little ahead of the Fox feed, so they're recapping last week. What comes on after this?
I can promise you, from trying to get some experience on this thing all hours of the night, I think my wife is about to get. All right, ready for the green flag.
So they've only given them an hour and a half for the broadcast. They're probably going to need a little more than that, so I'm sure they'll get it. Oh, Janet, you're actually watching. That's awesome. You're going to like this. It's going to be fun. So let me mute this. Just so everybody knows, it's iRacing. If you get crashed or get severe damage, you get 1 free reset. That's pretty standard for most iRacing leagues because you're on the internet, bad things can happen, connections can drop, computers fuck up. So if you get wrecked, you get 1 reset to completely fix your car and continue. If you get wrecked after that, you're out, you're done, or you have to sit on pit road until your car is fixed. So you only get 1 free reset, and I'm sure this week they'll be a little more lenient with the cautions. Because last week got a little crazy.
On iRacing. And again, this week we'll peel back the curtain because we're in the Steve Burns studio at Fox Sports Charlotte. At least 6 feet from me is Jeff Gordon.
At least 6 feet away is Jeff Gordon.
Hiding back there in the wings, Clint Boyer is going to join us from another room where he's operating his sim.
Social distancing for the win.
125 laps of action.
They made the race longer this week too.
Texas Motor Speedway. iRacing is not a video game. It's a subscription service. It's a very dedicated simulation.
I've been playing NASCAR Heat 4 with the steering wheel and pedals. Does that count?
We certainly proved that last week.
We certainly did, Mike. We saw some amazing racing that looked very realistic at Homestead.
That last 20 laps at Homestead last week was crazy.
Great battle right here between our leaders, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the number 8, Denny Hamlin in the 11 FedEx Toyota on the outside. Denny came in late, took fresher tires. That paid off for him. He gets to the outside. These two contacted off a turn.
Junior and Denny touched off a 4 and Junior got sideways. It's just like real life.
Just minutes ago on NASCAR.com, 34 drivers.
This was the qualifying race earlier. Oh, wow. I didn't even see Allgaier get wrecked in the qualifying race. That happened at the back of the pack. All the action I was watching was up in the top 5. You get one reset if that happens. You get one reset. That's it. So this week should be a lot smoother than last week. I don't know what Tom Majeski was thinking here. That 28 car was 2 laps down on fresher tires, and Majeski wouldn't let him go. Majeski should have just let him go because it cost Majeski the win, and he barely made the race. He finished 3rd. You need to finish in the top 4 to make the race. It is so weird how these cars race on iRacing. It's almost like a restrictor plate race with the current Cup cars and the 550 horsepower and everything. They seriously race like it's a restrictor plate race. They stay in a tight little pack. It's just weird. It's not. It's weird because it's basically like what NASCAR wants the cars to race like, but in iRacing. So iRacing got NASCAR's little rules package better than the real NASCAR racing has. It took me watching a couple of races this week during the week to figure that out. I watched the Replacements 100 at Kansas Tuesday night or whenever it was.
If you saw that race right there, this is exactly, we're in some sort of a warm-up right now, and it's exactly what we're doing right now. I've wrecked like 17 times already.
They're doing practice right now.
This week. He gets that space shuttle up there in New York. But, man, it's a lot of fun to be back. Texas is a tricky track. Hey, going to be a lot of blocking and a lot of wrecking. Get ready.
Yeah, it's so weird how they run in that tight little pack.
It's a lot of fun. Now, we've got 2 of the best pit report.
Why is the fucking... My cable's acting up and it's starting to get annoying. I might have to switch to the Fox feed if FS1 keeps fucking up. Let me see if it's still lagging on Fox, because on FS1 my cable keeps going dirt.
Game room here, and Garrett's going at it. You can see running some laps there at Texas, getting warmed up for today's race. Garrett, you're a big part of the
I'm gonna stay on Fox. It's on both channels, but this one's a little behind.
Yeah, man. Hey, did you bring me taco?
I'm not allowed to have food in the pits anymore. Talk to me about your morning. How have you prepped? Are you ready to go, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm in my, well, it's not a race suit, but I'm comfortable.
Matt DiBenedetto says he's going to race in his underwear. And he said he's always dreamed about racing in his underwear. And today is the day.
Adjustable seats, so you can slide right in.
How about that, Hamlin? Yours doesn't have that.
Michael, I found my way to Kyle Larson's shop. Kyle's getting ready.
Well, Larson's got a cool setup. He's in his own shop.
Denny Hamlin was riding a spaceship last week, and we've heard about sim rigs all week long. Yours is a little bit different. Tell me about your sim rig here.
Yeah, mine's a lot different than Denny's. Honestly, you can have anything from a laptop and a desk or something like Denny's, but mine's...
Dude, my left ankle hurt after playing NASCAR Heat and driving some of them short tracks with a steering wheel. Having to use the brake and everything. Driving's hard.
I like it all. It's been the best one that I've ever used. I love the big screen here. I've tried anywhere from 3 monitors to the headset that you wear.
I like the 3 monitor setup.
I just seem to like this better. And, the Fanatec wheel here, wheel and pedals is really nice. So,
Remember when you used to have to go to the arcade to do shit like that? Now you can have it at home, and it's way more realistic.
It's definitely a nice rig. And, I've got 2 over here, one for Owen.
Let me see if the Fox Sports 1 channel's still acting up.
It's good to know you're all set if you have a computer crash happen or anything.
Yeah, it is. I gotta watch on Fox.
It's good to know you're all
No
set
big
if you
deal.
have a computer crash happen or anything like that. Mike, he is ready to go. It's almost time to get this race started.
Well, let's go.
Let's get this race going.
Well, he sure is. Regan. His son Owen is what, 5?
William Byron on the pole. Dale Earnhardt Jr. starting second.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. have won the front row.
How about that?
100 check mark for Kligerman, Landon Castle, and
My picks this week are William Byron, Dale Jr., and I was thinking Timmy Hill.
I'm curious to see. We saw a different race and a different type of track surface at Homestead versus Texas.
It's gonna be
We're
interesting.
already seeing some differences in qualifying as you see some of these.
Damn, Daniel Suarez qualified in the
Timmy
top
Hill
10.
was so strong last week. Can't wait to watch him. Our very own Clint Boyer here in row 8.
Denny Hamlin
I think Junior's going to win, damn it. Like, last week was bullshit.
active on social media today. There's Kyle Busch.
I don't think anybody's more
Oh, they live streamed a pre-race concert earlier.
He's put in to
I did not
improve
watch.
his performance from last week.
Now, the racing drivers don't automatically start in the back. They get to qualify along with everybody else. So you saw a couple of them up there in the 11th and 12th row. A lot of star power here.
And one of those, Mike, Ty Majeski, who's one of the best, one of the...
Greg Biffle dead last, really?
As well as Alex LeVay, who transferred through, had a few issues in qualifying and are going to start from the back. That should be fun to watch.
We're going out to the woods of Concord, North Carolina, in the home of Motor Racing Outreach President Billy.
Oh, here comes the pre-race prayer. Try not to laugh.
Gracious God and Heavenly Father,
Pray that nobody's computer breaks or overheats during this,
to us all,
because iRacing takes a toll on your computer.
to overcome this tremendous challenge of our day. We pray for those who are battling COVID-19. Bring healing to their bodies, comfort to
It's
their
the
families.
COVID-19
And for all the
125 at
healthcare
Texas.
workers and others on the front line, strengthen them and protect them. For all our Vietnam veterans, we remember you today and say thank you, and pray for God's richest blessings upon your lives. Heavenly Father, may your peace be with us all. It's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Pray that nobody gets hurt during this race.
It's our honor to welcome back to NASCAR, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer and founding member of the Grateful Dead. Here is Bob Weir with
What?
the national anthem.
You're kidding. We got one of the dead. Oh my God, one of the dead is doing the national anthem. This is the best race ever already. Why does he sound like Tommy Chong? I'm not a Deadhead. I don't even think I've ever heard a single Grateful Dead song. Somebody out there would be really mad at me, but I've never listened to Grateful Dead.
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I was just scrolling Twitter to see what people were saying.
Thank you, Bob. It is just like any other Sunday on Fox. NASCAR's best are ready to go racing for you. Next.
I watched some of the IndyCar race yesterday. Yeah, IndyCar had their own race. And Jimmy Johnson was in it. They did a race on Watkins Glen. Wasn't the most exciting race. Who was it that won? I already forgot who won. I watched most of it. Just because it was cool to watch some kind of racing. Jimmy Johnson did okay for a guy who's never run that shit before. According to NASCAR, or people in the know, May 9th at Martinsville, they are going to race. They just might have to do it without fans in the stands. I'm really hoping they just really push to get back racing on May 9th like they're trying to. Because they cannot afford to delay it anymore. We have to get back to it. Tell people, don't let people in the stands. That's the best solution I can think of. Like, they've just got to get back to it. There's just no other way about it. Shorten the size of the field. 30 cars or something. I don't know. I mean, whatever. They've got to get back going again. So, May 9th, Martinsville. We'll see. If they want to get all 36 races in, they have no choice. They're already pushing it. They should have just ran Atlanta because they were at the goddamn racetrack that weekend. They should have just run Atlanta. If they're going to race Martinsville with no people in the stands, it's pretty dumb that they went all the way to Atlanta a couple weeks ago and then just turned around and went back home, you know. That would have saved them one race that they'd have to reschedule. But it was a total PR move to send everybody home. I was like, gee, thanks for getting my hopes up. I guess the only downside to getting back to racing on May 9th is that North Wilkesboro will be ready in iRacing in June. So I was hoping that at some point they'd stick in a race at North Wilkesboro, but we'll probably be back racing by the time Wilkesboro's ready to run. I know the replacements are running street stocks at Nashville this week on iRacing. That'll be fun to watch. I'm sure street stocks race way better than the Cup cars, honestly. Oh, we're back.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway on Fox for the NASCAR Pro Invitational.
They're totally there, guys.
iRacing, where you have a chance to win cash during today's race. Download the Fox Bet Super 6 app. Correctly pick how 6 drivers will finish. You can play for free.
Dale Jr., William Byron, and Timmy Hill. That's who I'm picking.
Now, if you could bet on individual drivers,
the good thing for Jr. is he's got the track position. He's starting second.
Bet on Time Majeski today would pay $350 to win.
The big part of this is going to be avoiding any kind of wreck or any kind of problem. You only get one reset. So if Junior can just stay ahead of all the wrecks, he'll be fine. William Byron needs to stay out of trouble this week. William Byron is his own worst enemy. Based on how I've seen him drive in iRacing.
We have a very special guest to deliver the command. He is the Jeff Gordon of Fox NFL coverage. Our lead analyst.
Troy Aikman?
Who led the Cowboys to 3 Super Bowl
Troy Aikman.
Let's go to Dallas, Texas.
Hi, race fans. Troy Aikman here. And just wanted to say I sure missed those NASCAR days back when I was involved with Hall of Fame racing and the DLP number 96 car.
Driven by Terry Labonte.
Better chance of competing if we were.
Didn't they get like a top 5 at Sonoma in that car?
But anyhow, I've been asked to serve as the Grand Marshal, and there was a time when I thought that this role was pretty straightforward. But I saw a fellow Texan a few years back serve as the Grand Marshal, and I learned a thing or two. So here we go. All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine.
Troy Aikman's sexist. He didn't say drivers. He said gentlemen.
Now, I know that's a tough act to follow, but I'm going to call on our crew chief, Larry McReynolds, to set the day up for us.
Well, Mike, the minute we finished up at Homestead last week, I started working on possible strategy for today. As Jeff Gordon pointed out,
I love that the tire wear is so good in this game.
I think they'll be important this week. In the end, it may
Well, they're starting, fuckers.
Now let's take a look at our blue Emu Racing.
Show the race. They're starting.
25 laps. We're going to go 187 miles. The fuel window 60 to 65.
Oh, they were going to start.
Speed 55 miles per hour. The question, 1 stop or 2, and these drivers and teams have a fixed setup. It's a predetermined setup by the iRacing officials. They cannot even make adjustments on pit stops, so that truly.
I love the fixed setup thing. I think that's kind of cool. Without fixed setups, it would be the William Byron and Tom Majeski show.
Well, it's going to be different because last week the drivers each got 2 complete resets, what iRacing calls a fast repair. You total your car, you push a button, you have a brand new one, you get back out there. This week, Jeff, only 1 fast repair.
Yeah, and Texas Motor Speedway repaved a few years ago. iRacing scans these racetracks to get an accurate measurement of the grip level and the smoothness of those surfaces, add in some data from the tires and the modeling of that. So the characteristics of this track are very much like the real thing, and what that does, Mike, makes a huge draft coming down the back straightaway, wide open through 3.
Qualifying is so important because, like Junior said, it's going to be a mess in the back. You watch.
Big blocks are going to happen, so boy, be careful how big of a block you
If my
put.
fan blows in the
That
mic,
could
let me
cost
know.
the
It's hot
race.
as hell in here.
William Byron, Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the front row in Chevrolets. Chevrolet for John Hunter Nemechek. And a Toyota.
John Hunter's in a Chevrolet? What?
Row 2, Landon Castle, Bobby Labonte.
John Hunter's in a Ford, Mike.
Reese, Austin Dillon. Daniel Suarez rounds out the top 10 with Timmy Hill, who finished 3rd last week. Here they come off turn number 4. for 125 laps.
Okay.
We're racing in Texas.
Let's see how long it takes before somebody piles up the field. Last week it didn't take long. But they said everybody this week's been practicing really hard. Clean first lap.
Already a pretty exciting first lap there, Mike, as we're seeing a lot of two wide. And one of the things, I ran one of these race cars on one of the iRacing rigs, not in a pack of cars like this, but
it's a whole different deal when you're running a big pack. Look how they run. It's so weird.
Almost wide open through 1 and 2, but that right
NASCAR's like, how can we make our real racing more like iRacing?
He had shoved to the outside at 3 and 4.
We have to race double fourth there. Brian Priest chasing the 19. That is not Martin.
They botched the start of the race and the lap counters off.
Joe Gibbs in the 19 this week.
See Austin Dillon get moved off of that bottom groove by Daniel Suarez in that 96 car, not able to complete the pass.
Bobby Labonte's 5th. Wow.
And you heard Larry McReynolds talk about strategy plays a big role, just like
Bobby impressed the hell out of me last week. He's never done this before.
Earlier, but you hit that big run, that draft, but be careful if you get to the outside lane because there's not any rubber laid down up there yet, and you can wear out that right front tire.
Wow, they've made it a couple of laps without piling up the field. Everybody's doing such a good job.
It's all about saving the tires and managing tire wear for that pit strategy. So we'll see. This is what I'm so excited about, seeing how that strategy plays out this weekend.
Junior's car is pushing up on corner exit. Protect the bottom, Junior. Protect the bottom. Woo, Junior. Yeah, Junior's car is not handling that well.
Last week at Homestead, you wouldn't have seen that driver lift in the turn.
Taut. It looks taut to me.
Just did there. With one reset, you just don't have that luxury to fall back on. And then the momentum was lost to Landon Castle, allowing Ryan Priest to get to the inside and make that spot.
We have an onboard with Landon Castle.
Landon Castle's basement, adorned with sponsorship. And,
brilliant.
There, trying to hold on to 6th place.
And unfortunately, he's going to lose another spot.
Booby the Booby going for 4th.
It's a big run in that 19 car.
I can't believe how good Bobby Labonte is at this.
The 19, that's NASCAR champion Bobby Labonte and Hall of Famer, actually.
Castle and Kligerman behind him. Kligerman in the 77. Austin Dillon in 8. Daniel Suarez and Garrett.
Man, it's really hard to pass.
Top 10.
John Hunter really wants around Junior. He's peeking every time they get into the corner.
To us from the iRacing studios outside Boston. That's where they are cutting the coverage of this race. We're adding some graphics and commentary. And thanks to iRacing for the quick turnaround of putting those numbers and names on these onboard shots to help us and you identify drivers.
And I can tell you over the years,
I'm just happy this race is already going cleaner than last week.
An actual league race. I've done a lot of driving with these rigs, as I mentioned before. The characteristics of the car and the feedback to you as a driver. Yes, it's visual, and you got a little bit of feedback to that wheel with your hands to know what the car is doing, but it is incredibly realistic. The bumps, the way that the basic balance of the race car it's unreal. Truly.
I think they got to do Bristol next week, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, we talked about the experience.
Junior's letting John Hunter go. I think Junior realized he was slowing him down. So John Hunter Nemechek's in second now.
1,500 starts in iRacing with 292 wins. You look at Dale Earnhardt Jr. now, under this profile, we know he's done a lot of simulation, a lot of iRacing, but under this profile, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8, 11 iRacing wins. So quite a difference experience up there running 1-2.
And Larry,
Junior won the first ever officially sanctioned NASCAR iRacing event, I believe, in 2010 or 11. The Coca-Cola iRacing Series at Daytona. Dale Jr. entered and won the race.
Pressuring him, he lifted and fell in line behind him because he just doesn't want.
Dale Jr. pulled a Mark Martin there. He let John Hunter go. They got to get Mark Martin in on this. He'd love this.
Right corner of it, you can see the car behind following closely. The realism here is just unbelievable. The depths that they've gone to, not just to model what these tracks look like and what these cars look like, but every possible facet of what it's like to race other than the G-forces.
And it's so realistic. I mean, it just blows my mind when I watch it, Mike. And I heard that from a lot of fans that watched that race last weekend. But it's also
that last 20 laps last week, it was like watching a real thing. It was nuts.
Parker Kligerman,
Oh, wow.
Just a great personality, great racer, and
Christopher Bell, I thought he was going to cause a problem there.
Laps and experience and his results in iRacing. And then here's Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell moving up to the Cup Series, a rookie in the Cup Series this year.
Excuse me.
And having a great showing here in the top 10 so far in this event.
I noticed they even have video running on Big Hoss, the big screen at Texas.
That's hilarious. The big screen on the backstretch on the racetrack has the race on it.
They do their live giveaway as they do for every.
If John Hunter might have the lead here in a minute. Anytime you can pass for the lead in iRacing, it's a big deal, especially with these cars.
There's a lot to pacing, to holding those tires, holding on to the tire light. And I think John Hunter
Junior let Priest get by him. Junior fell back to fourth. Bobby Labonte's starting to fade a little bit. He's seventh. Garrett Smithley and Timmy Hill aren't as strong as I thought they would be.
As you got to the middle of the corner, that corner doesn't have quite the same banking. The grip's not quite the same. You have to lift 2, 3, 4. Probably because of the draft, you did lift a tiny bit, but basically wide open. So what you do, how you drive the car.
Yeah, John Hunter's a little better than William Byron. He's peaking. Byron, please. Like I said, Byron's his own worst enemy. If we get the green flag pit stops, that'll be interesting.
Pretty much just like the real thing.
The realism is awesome. William Byron, who decided he
it's just like real life. We're going to commercial. Fuck.
doing simulations in iRacing and is now a NASCAR star. He's led every lap.
Are they going side by side or actual commercial? Oh wow, they're actually going to commercial. It's just as frustrating as when they have to do it in real races. Let me look at Twitter, because at the start, I saw the pace car pull in while Larry Mack was talking, and it looked like they were meant to start the race on that lap. And it might have cost them a lap or two. Like, what's the deal? Let's see. Trying to scroll Twitter and see if anybody has anything to say about that, because... God damn it, people, leave me alone. I'm watching a race. The big surprise is Denny Hamlin's running 34th right now, but I'm sure that's by design. Brad Keselowski's not racing today. He was in the race last week, but he says he does not own an iRacing rig. And he says he doesn't think it's wise to borrow other people's equipment as the virus comes through North Carolina. He's got a point. So that's why Keselowski's not racing today. Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex. I didn't see Jimmy Johnson out there. Everybody's just amazed at the start of this race how there's been no wrecks and the racing looks a lot cleaner than it did last week. Okay, so the start was delayed because TV was off time a little bit, so they did start on lap 2. That's why the whole time Larry Mack was talking, dude, I was yelling at the TV going, hey. Whatever, it looks like we're in for a long green flag run. There's that badass iRacing commercial. Tell you what, iRacing has always been extremely popular. But I think the popularity of it is really going to shoot up now. Even though, you know, getting started is going to cost you a little bit of money. Okay, yeah, Jimmy Johnson is driving. My bad. I just didn't even notice Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Blaney's in the race this week. He was not in it last week.
As they compete in this 125-lap event. Folks, all the frustrations of real racing are present, including we had a lead change during commercial and a caution during commercial. Clint Boyer, you were just about stopped on track there. What's going on? What happened?
That wasn't just a caution, boys. That was a melee. Parking lot on the back straightaway. A bunch of cars were in it. Plan worked. Strategy, me and Denny were riding around in the back. Worked just like it planned. I tell you what, though, I don't know. We're still
So there was a caution and a lead change during the commercial. Like Mike said, it's just like real life.
So right now I'm trying to catch up. You guys are bothering
So put John Hunter Nemechek to the lead.
So evidently, they must have known we were in commercial. We did have a lead change. John Hunter Nemechek took the lead from William Byron. Ryan Preece moved up to second.
Wow.
That is now
Byron dropped back to third.
Posted back in the lead.
Here's a risk. Yeah,
what happened here?
Kyle Busch on the outside goes wide through 1 and 2.
Oh, Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney got hooked together. Wow, Blaney had a huge mess there. Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch. So keep that in mind. They all had to use one reset.
Came to a stop.
Don't you love the way TV says made contact? When somebody just knocks the crap out of somebody else.
They didn't throw the caution either. Because it's iRacing. They stay green.
What's about this is, you know, we get to see these shots of these guys, their face, how intense the focus is. They get to
Dale Jr.'s fifth.
one another.
Byron got the lead back during that. So the lead changed twice during commercial. That's outstanding.
But the good thing is, no matter how badly those cars were damaged, they do get one fast repair or a reset to come back out of the pits and get back at it. They're likely to be a lap or two down.
You know, you saw William Byron kind of put the block on John Hunter Nemechek in the 38.
It's probably better that they don't throw cautions.
These drivers actually have spotters. You may say, how in the world does a spotter spot? That spotter has every single camera shot that's available to iRacing. They can actually do like a drone shot or a blip shot, and that's how they're doing spotting. And I listened to some spotters last week. They are non-stop.
Excuse me.
A lot like Boyd.
Okay, here are your leaders. William Byron, who after a lot of sim racing decided
caution's out. We got a caution.
Try this. They ran legend cars, and now caution is out.
For what?
Well, let's see what that's about, since obviously it's not on our line feed that we have here. But
Kyle Busch again. Wow, Kyle Busch's day is done. That's his last reset.
It's for some of these guys to get down.
Christopher Bell.
Kyle Busch, and in the 95 there, Christopher Bell, and get some repairs done.
So was Kyle Busch already repaired, or what happened?
See the 19 of Bobby Labonte and the 3 of Austin.
Oh, Bobby Labonte slowed up and, wow, caused a big mess. Bobby didn't get any damage, though.
Gets turned around by Michael McDowell.
So that'll be a reset for Christopher Bell.
Kyle Busch and some of those other drivers did not use their reset.
Oh, they didn't use their resets yet.
From the earlier crash.
Interesting.
Still out there saving that reset for later.
Yeah, you have the option to just try to repair your damage normally or use the reset.
It had slowed down roughly a second. I think
everybody's going to pit here, obviously.
Come to pit road and get 4 fresh tires, and that kind of makes it more so a one-stop race if you pit right here.
So, Larry, how many sets do they have?
Any amount you want.
Infinity.
Virtual tires don't cost any money.
Free. So,
shout out to Goodyear for all the free tires.
Byron Preece, Nemechek, Castle.
So when they pit in iRacing, you won't see a pit crew animation. You'll see the cars lift up like they're on a jack, the tires change, and then they'll go out like normal. But there's no pit crew or animations for that or anything in iRacing.
Now the drivers will see the signboard.
They do have to stop in their pit box like real life.
The drivers will see their pit crew working on the cars. What we see in this shot are the right side going up for right side tires, and we see the left side going up. The complete pit crews are not rendered for these views that are sent to air.
And you can miss your pit box. I think that may have been what happened to Alex Bowman, unless he just came in and took just a splash of fuel.
So we are under caution for Michael McDowell. There's Kyle Busch getting turned around with Ryan Blaney. That did not bring out a caution. However, the second one of these, this one with Christopher Bell, did.
Oh shit, commercial. Forgot to mute, sorry. Interesting that you know what I guess they're doing? If an accident happens, they're going to let it stay green, but then if another wreck happens after that, then they'll throw the yellow. That's probably good, because last week it was a bit excessive. I think everybody, Junior and Denny both said they were pissed off during the race last week. They thought it looked stupid, but then the last 20 laps made the whole race worth it. So. Probably best to wait for... Oh, Alex Bowman missed his pit box. That's why he drove off pit road first. He just tweeted, he said, missed my pit box. Dang it. Everybody's laughing. There was no caution for that first wreck. Yeah, you know, there was a couple of spins last week I didn't think were worth a caution, but that first wreck with Kyle Busch and Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones, that was definitely worth a caution. So yeah, that first wreck was definitely worth a caution. You know what the worst thing about this quarantine is? Nobody has any excuse to not respond to messages or phone calls anymore. Because everybody knows your ass is at home. Why is Lambeau Field trending on Twitter? This guy said, LOL, I saw Lambeau Field trending on Twitter, thought it had coronavirus. Who are these weirdos sending me friend requests? Yeah, like I said, I want them to be a lot more lenient with the cautions, but at the same time, if there's a big fucking mess like that, there should be a caution. If a guy spins out and just wrecks on his own, stay green, you know.
Speedway tonight. Fox presents the iHeart Living Room Concert for America to raise money for Feeding America and the First Responders Children's Foundation.
Great thing about iRacing is that the cautions are quick. They'd be quicker if we didn't have commercials. I saw last week Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace both complained during the race that the cautions took too long, but it was for the sake of television. Because as soon as sponsors saw there was interest in this thing, ooh, they jumped all over it. Okay, we're going green. Be lap 32 this time by. Kenny Walrus. Where's Junior? Junior is 6th. Junior's car it's not turning as good as the other guys. I don't know what the deal is. So was Kyle Busch saving his reset for when he got a free pass?
Set to go green. That's the camera.
Surely by now Kyle Busch used that reset.
Childress sends it to pit road. Green flag, and green flag. There it is. The flag man about fucked up.
Junior quickly got to the bottom. That's good. The bottom line is the preferred line. It was interesting watching the replacements race Tuesday night when they raced at Kansas. Everybody ran up against the wall. Everybody. It looked like the train at Daytona. Parker Kligerman side by side with John Hunter for second. John Hunter was off to a good start in the actual Cup Series this year. Hopefully the season gets going soon because John Hunter was doing a great job. Ooh, wow. Boy, you can tell the guys who are really good at this. They qualify the best and they run up front. Bobby Labonte's fallen out of the top 10, I'm sorry to report.
Led a bunch of laps there late in the race. And you see him on the inside, the number 51 car, right, coming to the rear bumper.
So far, William Byron's the dominant car, especially on fresher tires. But I think he's not doing a good job as saving his tires, as like John Hunter Nemechek was.
This battle back in 7th place.
Dale Jr.'s back up to 5th. My boy Timmy Hill's in the top 10. So my picks are 1st, 5th, and 9th. Yeah, 1st, 5th, and 9th. Garrett Smithley's up to 7th. There they come.
Was also one of those drivers. He's back in the number 27 car. There you see the blue and white car that transferred through. Those guys are really talented and experienced iRacers, so watch for them to come up through the field and be a factor.
39 NASCAR.
I look forward to next week. Because according to my little schedule, Bristol's next week. We're going to get some short track races going. Bristol and then Richmond after that. Or there's an off week. They'll probably stick something on the off week. I think what they should do for the off week is let the fans vote on what the next race is. All right, we got to do Texas this week, Bristol next week. Then during the off week, let's have a fan vote. Put up any number of racetracks and let us pick. I vote for the Charlotte Road Course.
A lot of incident, and we heard Clint Boyer talk about him.
Yeah, Bobby, I don't know what happened to Bobby Labonte a little while ago when he slowed up. He didn't hit anything, he just slowed up, and the guys behind him spun out, and that's what brought out that caution. Michael McDowell and Christopher Bell. Why is Dale Jr. so loose off the corner? He's tight getting in and loose off. Either that or John Hunter's just that good. John Hunter's really good.
And that steering wheel is clamped onto Timmy's desk. And
that's how my steering wheel is. I got that fucking PlayStation wheel. I got to clamp onto a little table.
Just a single desktop monitor.
And I actually had to chuckle. We talked to Timmy earlier, and he said, yeah, I tried one of those.
Oh, Junior, look out. Junior just about got hooked into the wall. He passed Ryan Priest for 3rd and cleared himself, and they almost got hooked together. But Dale Jr.'s up to 3rd. Probably not for long, because here comes John Hunter. Slid in front of Ryan Priest there for 4th.
He knew he was going to start a NASCAR career. He had to learn these tracks. The only way to do that, other than getting on the track in a real car, which was very...
Think about it, though. Look at the guys that Bobby Labonte's doing better than. He's doing better than Kyle Busch. Whoa, Junior. Just hold the bottom, Junior. Foolishly, I was telling Junior to hold the bottom last week when he should have moved up because Denny had fresher tires, but watching that whole race had me convinced that you needed to be on the inside line to win. Junior made the mistake anyway, so. Whoa, Anthony Alfredo blocking DiBenedetto back there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa! Trouble.
Back about 12th, 14th place.
So Anthony Alfredo.
I saw cars fly through the screen and into the wall.
I'm pretty sure it was Alfredo driving like a dumbass again.
Everyone's okay. Second caution of the day at lap 40.
You cannot make it from here, so I say you stay out if you're in the top 5. Yeah, it was Alfredo. I'm blaming Alfredo before I even see the wreck. Blocking like an ass. He deserved that. You think for a guy with such good iRacing experience, he would know better.
Well, hopefully we'll get another look. So
that's his reset.
In the pits. You can see the whole front end is off that car.
Pit road is open.
He will need his fast repair right
Looks
now.
like everybody's pitting again.
Now they're coming back down pit road.
Interesting.
Pits are open, Larry. What do you want to do?
Yeah, this kind of surprises me here because they
Me too.
run 8 laps. Back to Jeff's point earlier, this might be where we see fuel only or maybe just 2 tires.
Boy, you're not allowed to pass to the left getting on pit road.
The drivers actually see when you're on one of these races. You see all those pit signs. You got to look for that pit sign. You can drive through one another's pit stalls and cars, so don't get alarmed when that happens. But you have to stop in that box on your pit sign.
Yeah, when you're on pit road, your car can phase in and out. Clint overshot his pit box. You see Boyer?
Hey, Clint, you missed that sign in that box, buddy.
Why I can't get used to driving through somebody's car to finally can't find the box? Boy, I messed that up bad.
Clint, you've been driving through people's cars your entire career.
Larry.
Oh, come on, boys. the sign wasn't there.
That was a low blow there.
Hey, what didn't come from me, though, Boyer?
He was looking at the back of that Mustang. He couldn't see the sign.
Honestly, guys, all kidding aside, it's extremely hard to figure out where your pit box is, especially when you qualify as bad as I did. But having to drive through that car is really tricky, and then I just flew through the corner. But it's all, I'm just riding around the back. You see these boys using redos. It's all good.
All right, Clint Boyer is in 30
Clint Boyer is just surviving right now.
There is his view of Texas Motors.
I hate that they do these commercials. It makes the cautions longer. It's a pain in the ass, but, you know. I hope this doesn't become a caution fest now. I was enjoying that longer run we had at the start of the race. I'm scrolling Twitter, and Paige from WWE, she posted a picture of her pit bull. It's the cutest dog ever. Alex Bowman, too fast on pit road. Yes, that's a thing in iRacing. He didn't miss his pit box this time, though. Once all these guys have used up their resets, I'm pretty positive we'll get a long green flag run at the end of the race, most likely. Because those guys that race up front for the lead, except for Alfredo, generally know not to drive like a dumbass. I'm going to wait till after the race to text my dad the dreaded question, am I working tomorrow? So I know if I have to go to bed tonight. I like what this guy said. Got to be honest, when the 2020 season began, I didn't think things would unfold this way. Annoyed by that caution, Junior was back up to third. I don't know where he's going to be now based on where he come out of pit road. I'm not sure. I think William Byron's driving a smart race so far today. Then again, he's had it easy. He's been out front. The only time he lost the lead, it was happening during commercial. Overall, you can definitely tell the quality of competition has gone up. And Bristol next week is going to be nuts.
Getting ready for the restart in Texas. You're riding with Landon Castle. Landon, how do you get to the bottom and save those tires all at the same time?
Yeah, you got to find a hole on the restarts to get to the bottom, but I'm just really trying to save tires. I think these guys are going to settle down and go for a long run. And
I'm a Landon.
You know, I know that I can capitalize.
We know a long run is possible now. Last week, I wasn't so sure.
You got to use a little bit of braking 1 and 2 on long runs, get the nose turning, and save that right front tire.
All right, have fun. Nice product placement, by the way.
Yeah, take care of those sponsors.
Great sponsors.
You like that?
Yeah, Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon did not stop. William Byron,
Chase Elliott and Ty Dillon stayed out.
2 tires. Everybody else got 4. Yeah, there's the green flag.
So, Denny Hamlin is the leader.
Use a strategy similar to this last week where he
Now, yeah, last week this helped Denny be in position to win late.
track position. See if that pays off, or if we
That hurt Dale Jr. track position wise, but Jr.'s about 5th right now. Got to be careful though. That 13 car's on. Oh wait, the 13 stayed out. So, oh Parker, don't go 3 wide, Parker. Chase Elliott to the lead. Oh, Byron clipped the grass there. I don't know how he didn't spin out. Whoa, Denny. Blocking is the name of the game. Oh, whoa, Junior. That just killed Junior. Junior lost like 10 spots there. He got into the back of Ty Dillon. So now Junior's going to be back in the shit when something inevitably goes wrong. William Byron's taking the lead again. Byron's on 2 tires. Chase, Ty Dillon, and Denny stayed out, according to what they said. I think I got that right. Whoa. Priest, look out.
Mike, I definitely see.
God, Junior's all the way back to 17th because of that.
Or could be that there's only one reset.
He's going to have to play strategy now.
A lot more give and take this week. Last week, if you had even an inch to the inside of their rear bumper, they were not lifting last week. This week, they're having to check up a little bit.
You know, Jeff,
yeah, they're actually treating it much more seriously.
And of course, that was under caution. A little different penalty in iRacing. It's a 40-second hold penalty in the pit box, and it must be served after the restart under green.
Wow, that's a huge penalty.
Kligerman dives to the inside.
Kligerman underneath Hamlin for second.
And here is Alex Bowman trying to get.
Jimmy Johnson's doing a lot better this week. Hard to do any worse than he did last week.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48. Johnson in 24th place.
Yeah, so far, Bowman was.
Don't need a long green run now because Dale Jr. got screwed there.
I know these Hendrick guys, you know, and I know a lot of these drivers, and they've been working extremely hard with some of their fellow teammates at Hendrick Motorsports to get ready and practice. I know a lot of drivers are practicing a lot more this week than they were last week.
Well, I call it serious fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's that fine balance of taking this seriously enough for it to be a good race, but also understanding that these guys are sitting at home pretending to race. You know, I picked Parker Kligerman to win last week, and he wasn't a factor. Now he's running second. And my guy's in 17th, so go figure. So Junior will probably just settle down and save tires now. No need to race that hard when you're that far back.
See the 21 of Matthew Benedetto in that.
We are on lap 50 of 125.
The Wood brothers came up with an idea on Twitter. Once visitors were no longer being allowed in nursing homes, and Wood Brothers Racing has raised $33,000 from over 1,200 individual donors to buy 212 computer tablets that have been sent to 12 nursing homes. So
God, Chase Elliott dropped like a rock. Shows you how much tires are worth.
With their loved ones who are unable to visit.
Whoa, Chase, get out of the way, man.
The whole NASCAR community.
That's what I was going to say, Mike. We've got such a generous community, and this opportunity to get.
I'm surprised Tom Majeski doesn't just show up and wax these guys' asses. Tom Majeski is the best iRacer in the country. And he didn't do very well last week either. Maybe we'll see him by the end of the race. Long way to go.
They can while they're able to also come here and put on a great show racing. That's fantastic.
Here comes Hamlin. Working his way, continuing to climb up through the field. Kyle Larson.
Where's Larson running?
Sixth place.
Kyle Larson's up to sixth.
Just ahead with some damage to the rear of.
That rear end damage ain't hurting Garrett Smithley at all. Which then again, it wouldn't in real life.
That kind of damage to the rear bumper of Garrett Smithley is going to be. It hasn't seemed to hinder him so far. I'm sure if it was a front fender or splitter.
If it was on the sides or the front end, yeah, he'd feel like he was driving with a parachute hanging out of his car.
I don't think this is anything Garrett Smithley needs to worry about.
Smithley, one of the pre-race favorites for this. Is that your spotter, Kyle? Standing behind you? Could be. Backseat driver. Timmy Hill goes by on the inside.
I know Greg Biffle ain't running worth a shit, but he's doing better than Jimmy Johnson did last week.
Back up toward the front, John Hunter Nemechek second to Ryan Preece, who's taken over the lead.
Wow, they missed the lead change. Ryan Preece and John Hunter both passed William Byron.
And this week he showed it qualifying and in practice, and now here in the race. I wouldn't be surprised, Mike, again, if Ryan Preece is one of those guys, as he came to NASCAR, knew that he was going to start running stock cars in the Xfinity and Cup level. If he didn't start using iRacing to get himself tuned up, understand how the tracks and the cars.
All the familiar faces from last week are back up in the top 5 and 10 there. Tom Majeski's in the top 10 now. God, John Hunter, why? Anytime I see somebody throw a block like that, I'm like, why?
Kligerman goes to the inside of Garrett Smithley. Momentum's so important. You know, remember, this is realistic to the point of 550 horsepower in these cars, so it's easy to lose momentum, as we saw Garrett Smithley that last time off of turn 2. Here's a 7-year-old out of Pennsylvania. That's not bad. 1,200 starts.
Look at all the blocking going on.
That's about 12%. That's close to Hall of Fame material there.
I'll take those numbers.
Smithley had a flower shop in Pennsylvania on his car last week. And
I think William Byron just needs to be patient and understand these guys are on better tires than him.
Nose to tail. A lot of experience on these. The drivers call them rigs. Simulation, short for simulation rigs. You can hardly call this gaming. And you've got a good sense now of just how real this simulation is.
Dale Jr.'s up to 13th. Taking care of his stuff, and it's paying off.
Well, you know, after only running 8 laps and that last caution came out, I thought staying out or doing 2 tires was the right way to go. And remember, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and Ty Dillon all stayed out. That has not paid off. Denny Hamlin is the highest running of those 3. He's fallen all the way back to 17th. I talked about these drivers having a spotter. They actually have a crew chief that works with them on strategy that's in communication. And when it comes to strategy call, whether it's fuel, 2 tires or 4 tires, either the driver can make the call or the crew chief made the call. Based on my experience as a crew chief for 18 years, it never worked out when the driver made the call.
Well, except here, Larry, the crew chief doesn't even have to be in the same state. He just has to be hooked in. Here are your Toyota top performers.
I could be an iRacing crew chief.
Suarez and Denny Hamlin. Back there in
I'd like to be an iRacing spotter. That might be fun to do sometime.
It would look good in their sponsor presentation.
And you go back.
How often do you see Timmy Hill in the Toyota top performers?
They're not always thinking about
How funny is that?
aerodynamics. They just want grip.
Big battle for the lead now. John Hunter's trying to pass Ryan Preece. And he's going to get it. Oh, he slid into that corner.
Preece trying to keep him pinned to the bottom of the racetrack.
John Hunter's got it.
So they separate, and Nemechek is going to lead this lap.
60 laps in.
I just believe that the bottom lane is the preferred lane. These cars will lay rubber in those outside lanes, but there's just not enough cars out there to allow that outside groove to really come in to have the grip. Through 3 and 4, you can stay side by side, but 1 and 2 a little bit harder to do because of how much you have to lift out.
Dale Jr. up to 12th. Kyle Larson's starting to fade big time. God, it's happening so fast. The cars are coming and going, and they're staying so grouped together. Larson was in 6th like a minute ago, and now Dale Jr.'s gotten ahead of Larson.
Track temperature can change, rubber laid down.
Oh, whoa, contact. Not major contact. Hopefully they didn't cut a tire. It's going to cost Preece a lot of spots.
It feels real from where I'm sitting. I'm sure it does for these guys too.
How cool is this?
So Preece gets to the back of that train, back to 7th place after leading here in Texas.
And right behind Ryan Preece, somebody coming into the picture, one of the favorites, Ty Majeski. Let's look back at this contact. You see Ryan Preece sitting on the outside of the 20.
I'm sure Preece about pissed himself when this happened.
I think he actually touches the right rear of the 24, William Byron, and that caused him to have to check up a little bit.
I wonder how many cautions there'll be at Bristol next week. Yeah, we're halfway through the race now.
Out in front of William Byron, Parker Flickerman, Timmy Hill, Alex LeVay.
Look at the focus on the face of Timmy Hill.
Up on the wheel, Timmy Hill.
He is on it.
His position, I mean, he is all over that.
He is hunched forward.
Very focused. Look at his eyes looking up in the mirror. Just like in a race car, you'll tip your head to the inside, even though you're not feeling the G-forces. It's just the way you're trained to go through a corner. No blinking. No blinking. Of course, he's having a little conversation maybe with his spotter or some others that he's in contact there with.
You saw a quick look up at the mirror and then back down. Now, of the 4 drivers who transferred from the qualifying race, 3 of them are up in the top 10. And coming, led by Alex LeVay in 5th in the 90.
Tom Majeski. Whoa, Hill made a big move on Kligerman for 3rd.
A really smart decision right
But Kligerman let him go. Like Jeff said, that's a smart thing to do, man. Too many stupid blocks going on out there. Wouldn't hurt to have one less.
There's the 90 of Alex LeBay.
Alex LeBay in fourth. He won the qualifying race today.
Alex, NT Series champion from Canada.
He's raced in the Xfinity Series before as well.
But clearly a lot of experience also in the iRacing community because he showed a lot of speed in that qualifying race. We watched that earlier, showed you some highlights as we came on the air, and is moving up through this field nicely.
And Gary Smithley coming right along with him. We figured in last week's results, they're in the 51. So right there, Hill, LeBay, and Smithley, three very experienced iRacers.
William Byron's going for the lead again. On his two tires, wow. Yeah, Byron back to the lead.
Jeff, over at Hendrick Motorsports, what has been going on there since they're not building race cars and they're not getting ready to go to Texas or Bristol in the real sense? What's being done over at Hendrick for these drivers competing on iRacing?
Well, I'm sure it's not just Hendrick, but these organizations know that
Kyle Busch, after his rocky start, is up to 14th.
Back at the shop, but what they can do is support iRacing, and when they see their drivers and their cars and their sponsors out there, the engineers, the crew chiefs get just as involved as these drivers do, and some of them are really in the iRacing world, maybe even more knowledgeable than the drivers are, and so they've been having.
My boy Timmy Hill is third.
As many laps as possible, maybe even running through some different tire saving strategies or
lap 69, nice.
70 laps complete next time by. William Byron back at the front and still 32 cars back to Kurt Busch on the lead lap. Well, it's a beautiful Sunday in Dallas, Texas. How about time for a good old Fox?
A NASCAR on Fox. Shut the fuck up. That's hilarious. See, the racing is great, but when they do shit like this for this, it's really funny. Let's crank it up. That's a great camera shot there. Shout out, it's such a great job by Fox and iRacing to combine together to make this look as legit as possible. Lap 71. Junior's back in the top 10, or he's still 11th, I think. They missed it, but Junior had himself a moment. That's why Junior fell to the back. He had a real moment with Todd Dillon.
.72 laps and Byron showing no.
Okay, yeah, Junior's back in the top 10. Yay, top 10.
Made his actual Cup debut at Texas last fall. He was substitute driving for Matt Tifft, with Tifft unable to return to competition this spring. Nemechek got a chance at the ride full time, and he is one of 6 drivers contending for Rookie of the Year in the NASCAR Cup Series this season.
Oh, Junior. Ah.
Is that a tire issue?
I think Junior had a tire go down. That right front's got damage. He still got his reset.
He's got damage to the right front, so an issue.
Come on, caution.
Junior gonna probably have to come down pit road.
Damn it.
He was dropped to 19.
Could have used a caution there.
So strong last week.
You know, that looked like in 2014 when he clipped the grass and tore the front end off of the car.
Great battle, great
got a concussion out of that deal.
Junior coming off that final corner to just keep that.
John Hunter's all over Byron for the lead again.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. That damage is going to kill Junior unless there's a caution soon.
Every driver in the top 10 is under the age of 30. Now, we talked about video games versus simulation and sim racing. Now, let's go back and...
they got to replay what happened to Dale Jr.
This is coming off of turn 4. It looks like...
Oh! His car's been threatening to do that all race long. All race long, Junior's been weird on corner entry and pushing up off, and that time he just pushed way too far.
Well, I don't know. It just looked to me
he didn't cut a tire, he just slid out of the groove.
A little bit further
His car's been really tight.
It looked like he tried to hold it closer to wide open, and the car just got a little bit
I was
wide.
surprised it didn't happen earlier.
Quad oval area there is paved. Now he has not pitted. He is in 23rd and still on the lead lap.
Hanging on for dear life.
I think he knows if he comes down pit road, he's probably got to wait for a potential caution to come out, because if he comes down pit road, he's pretty much out of this race.
You know, guys,
Fucking
we've
A.
been on a long enough run here. Whether you're Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and Ty Dillon,
You can make it to the end from here.
or everybody that did, you can run somewhere between lap 90 and 100 on fuel. But with the pace that's slowing down, I think here in the next few laps, we may see some drivers try to split that run in half, and somewhere between 80 and lap 85, you might see someone from the pit road trying to take full advantage of those fresh tires, just splitting that run in half.
Thanks, Larry. Kyle Busch has climbed his way up to 11th.
Damn, Kyle Busch is 11th.
And there's our quad shot of drivers hard at work here in the 125-lap race at Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, I'm surprised that Kyle Busch is running so well. Based on how close they're running together, the finish of this race is going to be nuts. I'm just sad that Junior won't be a part of it now. You know, I was just banking on Junior getting taken out by somebody else. I didn't think Junior would actually make the mistake and fuck himself over. Oh, man. Twitter is a gold. During these iRacing events, Twitter is a gold mine. Live your life with the gusto of the iRacing flag man. Yeah, that was pretty funny earlier. There's a thunderstorm about 30 minutes away from the track. Oh no. We will monitor the situation. Kyle Larson's seat is far too big. Yeah, I noticed that. Fuck. That was a big ass seat Kyle Larson's in. Oh, we're back.
82 laps complete in Fort Worth, Texas. The NASCAR Foundation is working with the American Red Cross during this troubling time. There's the website where you can make a donation.
You know, I'm not as bummed about Junior today as I was last week because Junior was this close to winning last week. It's easier to handle when he's, like, not in contention.
Yeah, I know, Clint, when we come to your shot, you can't hear your spotter, so I'll try to do something for you. That 42 of Larson's on 2 tires. Go get him.
I'd say even worse than him. I passed Chase. 42 got loose. Of course, Chase took advantage of it. Man, it's aggravation. I don't know why I'm being a wuss here. In real life, I'd have done punted him already. In virtual, I won't do it. So as soon as I
So Clint Boyer's a nicer driver in a virtual race car than he is in a real race car.
Get a reset. Yeah, you do.
I know it. My mind's twisted. I don't know what's happening. I got it.
Hey, Clint, you're 24th. You've fallen off 2 seconds. Why don't you hit pit road and make me look like I know what the hell I'm talking about?
Because I'm afraid you don't know it.
Don't second guess the crew chief on the box here.
Junior's still ahead of these guys somehow. With his aero damage, I don't know how Junior's even on the lead lap.
There's a bunch of pit stops.
Oh, boy, look out.
Into the 42, I think he might be coming to pit road. Yeah, there's some boys on pit road, by the way.
Green flag pit stops, guys.
He knew what he was talking about.
Hey, Fox, I appreciate the onboard camera, but can we see who's on pit road?
Listening from now on.
Jeff's more expensive than I am.
Treat this seriously, damn it. Who's on pit road? Alex Bowman.
21st, Alex Bowman among those who have pitted. Ricky Stenhouse. Busher.
Oh, whoa.
How about now?
John Hunter slowing down for pit road. About got run over. Oh, he's going to spin it. Oh, save it, man. Oh, man, that's going to kill him. No caution. He saved it, but that cost him a lot of time. Shocker, I saw Denny Hamlin struggling to get on pit road. Once again, this is very realistic. Alex LeBay ran over John Hunter trying to get to pit road. Dale Jr. should have beat these guys to pit road already with his stupid... Although Jr.'s not going to gain anything.
Boy, really? That opened up the door to...
Because Jr.'s going to have to fix that damage, and that's going to take extra time.
To stretch it out. Second place, Alex LeBay. So,
boy, without a caution, William Byron's got this thing won.
I've heard, Mike, that the guys that are experienced iRacing, that's where they separate themselves, is knowing how far to push the car getting on the pit road to make up that valuable time right there, or not lose that valuable time.
Alex LeBay up for second, and also from the qualifying race, time Majeski fourth,
okay.
Garcia fifth.
More guys pitting.
I
can't believe we're saying green flag pit stops. Oh, LeBay spun and locked it up, getting on the pit road. Woo. Pushing a little too hard there. Hey, there's Greg Biffle.
Leading the pits as he was.
And William Byron got on the pit road perfectly.
So Majeski is the new leader. Brian Priest trying to change that and take the lead back in the 37.
All those talented, and you see the 37 of Priest trying to make it to pit road along with Kligerman.
Whoa, Kligerman, look out! Oh.
Okay, there's the yellow.
God, these guys are pushing it, getting on pit road. Kligerman about ran over Priest.
Smedley and Kligerman in the pits.
Issue for Ty Dillon there, rolling slow.
And Majeski's your leader. Garcia with it. McDowell. And Chase Elliott, if that graphic's correct, hasn't been on pit road since lap 28.
Dale Jr. oddly still has not pitted.
Remember, he did not pit that last caution.
Here comes Majeski and Garcia.
Majeski and Garcia as we cycle through green.
Damn, Majeski's fucking sliding on pit road.
McDowell will inherit the lead from Austin Dillon and Bobby Labonte.
And just like in the real world, Mike, this is a difficult pit road to get onto, especially when you have trouble signaling to those drivers.
How is Dale Jr. that much faster? With Jr.'s aero damage, I'm surprised he's still running as well as he is.
Larry Chase Elliott has got to be close on fuel.
Yeah, by my calculations in the fuel window, he should only be able to run within about another 2 to 4 laps, Mike, because remember, he did not pit that last caution.
There's Chase, he's pitting.
He is now on pit road.
Boy, Byron is going to be way out front when this cycles through.
33 to go as Chase makes his stop. And Michael McDowell is out front.
Dale Jr. is holding out for a caution, but he ain't going to get it.
From the last time that McDowell was on.
Unless something colossal happens.
Timmy Hill is on fresher tires as he goes past the leaders. And Kyle Larson comes in.
So I actually meant lap 41 was the last time that they were on pit road, so that means they will be having to come down soon as Larson comes into his box.
You know, Jeff, one thing these drivers do have in their digital dash that we do not have in NASCAR, they actually have a fuel gauge. It truly tells them how many gallons is left in the fuel cell. Same size fuel cell, about 19 gallons, is now Michael McDowell in the 34.
McDowell made a great move to pass Jimmy Johnson coming to pit road. Hey, Junior's leading, but he hasn't pitted yet.
That'll turn the lead back to Dale Jr. Kligerman trying to unlap himself after a stop along with Smedley and Priest.
You know, I'm always hollering for a long run, but I'd kind of like to see a caution right about now.
Only 3 or 4 drivers are still out there from lap 40 or so, including Earnhardt, Ross Chastain, Kurt Busch, and Ricky Stenhouse. Bubba Wallace in the 43.
Really surprised that the 8 here, Dale Earnhardt Jr., has not come down pit road. I just wonder if he's trying to play that, just like we see in the real world sometimes. We've seen guys like Paul Walker.
Yeah, if I was Junior, I'd just run it till it runs out of gas at this point.
Comes out, and we know that he's got a little bit of damage on the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s, just playing that card before he comes out pit road. But I thought he'd be one of the first cars on pit road with some of that damage.
Jeff,
I thought the same.
Another 6 to 8 laps on fuel. That's the only way this pays off. You can see how fresh tires just blow by him is if he catches a caution. That's the only way it pays off.
Well, waiting for a caution here is going to be a little like waiting for yesterday's train. Could be a long wait.
It's a good race.
Roush Fenway
I'm digging it.
among those that donated cases of masks
Just
to local
bummed out for
hospitals.
Junior.
So did Eldora Speedway. They got about 3,000 masks.
We'll see about Bristol next week.
That they donated to local health care providers. Among the very many charity initiatives. And Jeff, you and Jimmy Johnson both did public service announcements for the governor here.
Yeah, just trying to, again, get that message out there, how important it is. Stay indoors.
At least Junior's getting a lot of camera time.
If you're not feeling well, make
God,
sure
Byron
that
is so
people
far
around you
ahead.
get
Byron's over a second ahead of Timmy Hill, and that's going to be the battle for the win.
And the tricky one that I didn't realize until all this came about is how hard it is to not touch your face. And I realized
Same, Jeff, same.
I'm washing my hands a lot more because I touch my face a lot. So yeah, just being able to get some of those.
You know what? I don't go out. I can touch my face all I want. I've been inside the house for like a week, except for when I have to work. But I wash my hands thoroughly.
Ask and work with Jimmy Johnson, and I believe even the King made a little appearance in that video.
So here is William.
So they got these 1.5 miles figured out, but next week when they race on the short track for the first time, I'm sure it'll be a mess.
Third place. And it leaves just Kurt Busch, Ross Chastain.
I'm sure they'll do like 200 laps at Bristol next week.
Jr. As those who have not yet made this pit stop under green in Texas.
Are we going side by side? No? Okay. Well, I mean, I hope Timmy Hill can catch Byron. Byron's got a pretty decent gap. It'd be pretty anticlimactic. But that pit road clusterfuck is what really benefited William Byron. A couple of guys right behind him really slowed everybody down, and that's probably the difference in the race. Well, if Byron wins, I can say I picked the winner. Best race at Texas Motor Speedway in a while, and it's not even real. You gotta love those virtual green flag pit stops. Boy, I hope they come back for commercial and we see that Junior caught his caution. I didn't see anything about it on Twitter. Then again, not many people are allowed at the virtual racetrack, social distancing. Technical difficulties. Dropped my controller. Madden. God, Madden sucks so bad now. Words cannot describe just how shitty Madden is.
Race Hub is back in a modified remote format beginning tomorrow at 6 p.m. A 1-hour show Monday to Thursday with hosts and analysts via Zoom video from their homes.
We're coming to the Camping World 20 to go.
We'll interview a driver and his family one-on-one via Zoom from their homes to look behind the scenes of their lives and new routines without racing.
William Byron is cruising.
NASCAR Race Hub on FS1. Here at the virtual Texas Motor Speedway, 20 laps to go. William Byron.
He's got about a second and a half lead. So
5.6 seconds back of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Timmy Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, Ryan Preece, the top 5. Kligerman, Smithley, LeBay, Castle, and Kyle Busch, the top 10.
Junior still hasn't pitted. That's remarkable.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. still out there, haven't pitted. He's going to run that thing out of gas, I truly believe, before he comes down pit road.
Why not?
And it might be
Dude, if a caution comes out now, Junior would get to pit as the leader.
Very slow down the back straightaway.
66 laps on this set of tires and tank of
I think Junior's got to pit now. That thing's starting to run out. Yeah. Well, Junior gave it his best. He tried.
How difficult it is to get the car slowed down to get on pit road. And here's the new leader, William Byron in the 24 car.
God, Byron is gone.
For this young man, really, in
1.7 seconds over Timmy Hill, who's about to be battling with John Hunter. So yeah.
NASCAR racing.
Timmy Hill, John Hunter Nemechek, they're about 2 seconds back of William Byron. And their tires have just about the same number of laps, within 1 or 2, as Byron's. Ryan Preece, Kligerman, Smithley with a couple of laps fresher tires.
And you just wonder,
if I was John Hunter, I wouldn't press Timmy Hill to try to make the pass. Which, I mean, they're not going to catch William Byron anyway.
Have a burst of speed where maybe somebody out front, like a William Byron, running faster lap times. And is he using too much of those right side tires up? Oh,
got a car on the wall.
There going into turn 3.
Not every incident produces a caution. iRacing officials.
Daniel Suarez, look out.
All torn up. They have the ability to issue or withhold the
caution. There it is. Damn it. That couldn't have happened like 3 laps ago. Fuck.
I was wondering, Jeff, at 2 seconds deficit to William
that would have really helped Junior a couple laps ago.
Hill and John Hunter Nemechek have caught him with 15 to go under green.
Well, there is the clean air factor, that William Byron had. I mean, he had a nice pre-flight pit stop there. I think
is that one of them entertainment cautions?
Himself, so I don't know if they were going to be able to close it up, but the last thing William Byron wanted,
they were not going to be able to catch him.
Caution came out right there.
Art imitates life,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
This changes everything.
Now we go to our crew chief, Larry McReynolds.
Pit 4 tires.
Well, I had not seen what happened earlier, where just after running 8 laps, how much
Junior's going to stay out and get the wave around.
I would say you're going to see varying strategy here. I still believe that we have 21.
Everybody's going to pit.
I think if you're in the back, you're going to roll the dice and do something different. That's the box that William Byron and the 24 and his crew chief's in. A lot of drivers are going to go opposite of what they do. If they stay out, others a pit. And
well, it's going to be a fun finish, I can tell you that.
All over the places. We'll go back racing probably with about 11 or 12 laps to go.
Don't forget, Larry, last week, I know different racetrack, almost this exact same scenario played out for Denny Hamlin. He was one of those drivers that got 4 fresh tires and came from further back in the field.
Pit. Everybody's going to pit.
Like a lot of them are coming.
Now, Hamlin, unfortunately, is a lap down.
New life for Timmy Hill and John Hunter Nemechek.
Pass car, according to our interpretation of scoring. So what should be the final pit stop of the day, with 14 laps to go, and most of our leaders on pit road.
Right side's up for our leader, William Byron.
Now they want to officiate it like a real race.
For most of these leaders.
Now that white and blue car, I think that's Priest may have taken.
Okay, Byron's going to keep the lead off pit road, followed by Timmy Hill.
Wins the race off pit road. And no, that was LeVay actually, not Priest. Who may have taken just 2 tires. We'll look at his stop time here. No, everybody's in the 14 to 15 second range for pit stops. That too is controlled by iRacing. There's a dithering there and a variance of about.
I want to know who made the decision to throw that caution.
For pit stops and at random.
Yeah, if I look at the top 5, 6, 7 cars, Mike, there was only maybe a 1/10 or 2/10 of a second between pit crews, so I don't think that's going to really be a factor there. I do want to talk to Timmy Hill though. Let's go. Hey Timmy, how's it going so far? Tell us about your race, man. You're up there in what, 2nd place? Awesome.
Hey guys, no, I'm having a lot of fun out here. This race has been quite a bit better. I'm sure you guys can tell. These drivers really put the practice laps in, so heck of a job, these guys. A lot of green flag racing. I find myself sitting here in 2nd, and I think 4 tires is definitely the right call. These tires is really going away from us, so I was trying to save all I could. I don't know if I was going to be able to run Willie B back down there, so excited to see this caution. The high line's kind of tough, so I'm hoping that I get down right away, get back in line, and hopefully I can set them up for a pass.
All right, now Timmy, you're a NASCAR driver, so give your sponsor a shout out.
Yeah, happy to have roofclaim.com on board, and above this Toyota. You know, they've been a big supporter of MDM Racing, so happy to have such a great group of people behind me.
Look at Greg Biffle in
nice
16th.
Running good, put on a good show for all our people back home. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope the fans all are excited about this.
It's been a great race, Timmy. Good luck the rest of the way. We're anxious to see how it ends up, and man, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Timmy Hill, 3rd last week to Denny Hamlin and Dale Jr. That's pretty good company. 2nd right now to William Byron and John Hunter Nemechek. I believe the
My man, Timmy Hill.
Byron, but behind the pace car, including Jimmy Johnson. And
those are the wave
waiting
rounds.
to take the wave around when they get 1 to go. Well, how about a Geico race summary? Let's do that. After 112 laps, William Byron, the leader, first of, it'll be 27 cars on the lead lap when those 5 cars cycle around. We've had 12 different leaders and 3 caution flags.
And I'm going to second what Timmy Hill mentioned. We've seen huge improvements from last week. Just all these drivers gaining more experience, more laps. And I'm going to give a shout out to a guy that struggled a lot last week and has been practicing, I think, more than anybody. And that's 18 to Kyle Busch. We're so used to seeing him at the front of the field every single weekend. But, you know, in iRacing,
Going green. Next time by will be 11 to go.
And look at him right now, though, up in the top 10 and 10th position.
So for all the folks that say all we talk about is Kyle Busch, make note, we didn't even mention him till lap 100 today, okay?
That's right.
All right, time for some Larry McNuggets and a look at the trends.
Yeah, Mike, don't take to the bank that we're completely finished with cautions. How I'm doing my trends, I went back and looked at the last 10 spring Texas Cup races, and the last caution falls with about 8% of the race to go. If you take our 125 lap race today, 8%, that's roughly lap 115 with 10 to go. I'm not sure we're finished yet with cautions.
So we'll take the restart with 11 to go. See what
11 laps to go.
Most drivers still have their complete reset or iRacing fast repair still in the bank should they need it.
Oh, they're going to need it.
Somebody's going to need it.
It's going to be our guys that are up front, but they're going to need it. I mean, this thing's getting ready to get intense.
Kyle Busch can wind up winning. And the world's going to be angry. And the pace car makes the hard left turn.
Pat closes up tight. 27 lead lap cars were racing.
You're allowed to change lanes before the start-finish line in iRacing. God, Byron smoked them on that restart, man. They got some work to do to deal with Byron. Oh, Greg Biffle's around.
I don't think that's going to bring out a caution, though. If you want to Smithy trying to look to the inside of John.
If it's further back, they won't put a caution out at this point.
Oh, that was Boyer.
Oh, man,
Boyer and Greg Biffle.
This is the time we don't want to bring out a caution, Boyer, because we got a heck of a battle going on up front.
Timmy Hill's all over, and the caution's
and you
out.
Can see right here, William Byron, caution does come out, already starting to run that low lane.
Well, these short runs are going to help Byron because he's so good on the restarts.
That would be a Larry McNugget, 10 to go. Clint, what happened?
I don't know who was on the outside of me. Wouldn't give me any room. I got loose and I got run over.
Looked like it was Biffle.
Man, I can't. The hardest part's figuring out if this guy's going to let it go green or if he's going to use cautions. I can't figure out the strategy of the sanction body.
I think I saw you throw some debris out the window on that.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can't do virtually in this thing is put the hand gesture out the window, which is exactly what I wanted to do right there. Pit road's open. I got to go. I've been messing this up all day long.
All right, good luck then. Boyer goes to pit road. Maybe he'll use his reset now. I think he and Greg.
So I think now that NASCAR's seen that these guys can actually race green for a long time, that if something does happen, they will throw a caution. Yes, it's inconsistent, but honestly, who gives a shit at this point?
Let's go, Ross. Let's go.
Very inconsistent.
So we're under caution at Texas Motor Speedway. Caution with 10 laps to go, exactly as Larry McGrunn's predicted.
All right, that's it. Go.
And away he goes, and we'll show you what happened here. That was on.
I knew Biffle was involved. It was Biffle and Clint Boyer. Please tell me Junior got through it. Yay, Junior got through it. Stenhouse, Johnson, no, Bajeski, DiBenedetto.
DiBenedetto and Majeski and Ty Dillon.
Okay, that was worth a caution.
Not having a good go with these first two Pro Invitationals. Yeah, I'm not so sure Biffle knew that Clint was on the inside, ran a little bit, quite a bit lower line.
Damn, Clint, hold the brake.
Ty Dillon got turned around in that, and that has led the sanctioning body to park Daniel Suarez for intentionally crashing Ty Dillon.
Wow. Huh? How do you get parked in an iRacing event?
Okay.
Here, you make the...
Seriously? Suarez?
So, here's the 96 in the black car. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that was on purpose. Wow.
He was definitely
what the fuck?
I don't think he succeeded.
That may be the worst job I've ever seen.
Well, Danica
dude. Oh, Mike Joy, that's dirty.
That definitely constitutes a black flag in my
Mike Joy brought up Danica.
A racer. And they do get involved in that in the iRacing league races.
Yeah, but now, does Suarez have a dog?
He does.
Could the dog have been driving?
Oh, maybe the dog was driving.
That's what happened to Alex Bowman last week.
Yeah, that's what I blame it on.
Finn was driving and wrecked half the field. Bowman had to leave the room momentarily for a pit stop. Wow. I wonder if back when Dave Kemmer, who was a very successful programmer of racing games, Indy 500, Grand Prix Legends, he had this idea for a subscription service. John Henry, the owner of Fenway Sports, and co-owner of Roush Fenway Racing involved to fund it. And they started iRacing up in Massachusetts about a decade and a half ago. And I wonder if in his wildest dreams, Dave Kemmer ever thought it would come to this.
Well,
Mike Joy is a legend for burying Danica Patrick.
Some of these drivers and hearing about iRacing, a lot of that came through Dale Earnhardt Jr. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. has been instrumental also in getting this out there to the public.
What a race.
I don't know what his
What a day.
involvement with it is, but I don't think anybody in their wildest dreams ever realized that iRacing would grow like this and be so fascinating because of how authentic and real this truly is.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic platform. And while we are giving you NASCAR's news as it goes along, there's a bit of sad news to pass on. Wade Cole, longtime competitor on the Modified Tour, would love iRacing because fellas with low budgets and little to work with are just out there competing just as well as the fellows with the big money. And the driver who's been behind the wheel of a modified for over 40 years passed away about a week ago. in his garage working on his tour car to get it ready for the season, and he will be missed by everybody on the Wheel and Modified Tour. And 50 years ago, the man on the right, Larry Rathgeb, brought that winged Dodge to Talladega to test transmissions. That's why they rented the track, put Buddy Baker in it, and Baker became the first stock car racer to tour a closed course at 200 miles an hour. The Chrysler engineer passing this week at age 90. And certainly missed by Richard Petty's group and everybody who was ever a part of that Dodge racing program. Boy, they accomplished great things back then. You know, when Buddy Baker did 200
Seriously,
miles
how do you get parked in iRacing?
Formula One cars were barely going 150 miles an hour.
Daniel Suarez.
It was a really big deal.
Well, that was a very brave thing to be doing back in those days, too. Wow.
Well, you knew Buddy. He only had one way to drive.
That's right. He was the he was the guy that you definitely want to put behind the wheel. You're going to go.
We're going to restart with 5 laps to go.
We're going to go green this time. It's going to come out with 5 laps to go. A 5-lap shootout.
Byron is going to kill him on the restart. I hope that they can get these 5 laps going to give Timmy Hill enough time to get back to him.
Byron trying to get some heat in those rear tires. Once that pace car pulls off, the leader is able to go right away. So watch, there's no restart box or anything like that. So watch that 24 launches. He gets the green flag.
Boy,
here.
Byron's killing him on these restarts. Timmy Hill got a little. Oh, Bobby Labonte goes around. I think they'll stay green. He didn't hit anything, and he kept going. Bobby Labonte got spun around.
Smithley third, Nemechek, Kligerman, Castle, and Priest.
And I think we've got, you know, the top guys in iRacing and the NASCAR League combining to show who's got the real skill here. We saw where William Byron led the most laps last week, but finished 34th. He's looking to turn.
God, Garrett Smithley's looking under Timmy Hill for second. They've caught back up to Byron. They're on his bumper. All over William Byron. Oh, he's touched him. He moved him. He moved him. Bump and run. Timmy Hill. Bump and run on iRacing. And we're back to last week with Timmy Hill and Garrett Smithley. Oh, man, Byron's dropping like a rock. Holy cow. That was a perfectly executed bump and run.
Here comes Garrett Smithley. Will he do the same?
Oh, Smithley didn't get to run into the corner like Timmy Hill did last time.
On a Sunday afternoon.
Hey, Dale Jr.'s back in the top 10. What up?
Last week we're seeing it again.
Oh, wow. Who the hell is that going all the way to the inside? Landon Castle. Coming to 2 laps to go. Look out, look out, look out. Oh, save it, Priest, save it. Oh, my God. They threw a caution for that? Okay, there was a wreck back there. There's a wreck back there. Okay. Oh, my God. And Junior is in the top 10. Holy crap. Who wrecked in the tri-oval?
Back on track. They posted third. Let's see how it sorts out here.
This is awesome.
The scoring shows Hill, Smithley, Priest, Castle, and Bowman.
Boy, Byron got shoved out.
Here's the first replay.
Yeah, on board of the bump and run. I thought Bristol was next week. Oh, that was beautiful.
And then a little nudge from Hill moves him up the racetrack.
Wow.
And takes the lead.
A bump and run at
I
Texas.
think Garrett Smithley was watching that, thinking about doing something very similar before that checkered flag came out.
Holy
now,
crap.
I'm not going to bore you with loop data or who was where the moment of caution was, or what was the last scoring loop they passed. iRacing says this is the order. Let's go with this.
This race is going to
I
overtime.
like the way they do things.
Well, it's a kinder, simpler Sunday than we're used to. Let's put it that way. How about Timmy Hill, journeyman driver who has struggled to make it in cup racing for a full season after running in Xfinity? And he says, you know, when we come to the racetrack, our cars are 5 years old. They have 200 less horsepower. We're running on used tires. We're doing the best we can with what we have. But here in iRacing, Everybody has the same opportunity, the same equipment, the same setup, and essentially the same bankroll.
And unlimited tires.
Well, that helps. That helps, but how neat it is to see a couple of these youngsters up front. Here's the most recent incident. Keep an eye on the 77.
Okay, Kligerman on the inside of John Hunter got loose, flipped the apron, and then there was a big wreck there.
Made his car come up and make contact.
A bunch of those other cars there went spinning.
Went
Look at
ride, and heck of a slide and a save right there. So here's on board the 24 William Byron trying to climb his way back.
Only just ahead, LeMay on the outside. And here's where it all went wrong.
And it's John Hunter Nemechek that I was trying to
And Byron got caught up in that. Damn.
Look at Priest go off. Oh, we had him going off into turn one, climb the
This is
hill,
like Martinsville.
but hold on to third place. That's one reason they called it Priest Lightning back in the modifieds. He just kept his foot in it. And,
Priest Lightning, that's a great nickname.
So, looks like we may go to overtime here in Texas. How about that?
The iRacing race is going to overtime. I can't get how do you bump and run somebody at Texas and not cause a huge wreck? I don't know how, but it was awesome. I can't stop looking at Twitter. Everybody's just saying the funniest shit. Alex Bowman just tweeted, guys, I don't know what to do when I'm this close to the front. I'm confused. Jimmy Johnson is in the top 10. Boy, in just about 1 week, Johnson's become, you know, okay at this. I'm sure the drivers aren't thrilled about the commercial break being squeezed in here. Oh man, it's a great day when Timmy Hill and Garrett Smithley are going to race for the win. You know what? If they get a couple of overtimes here, Junior's not out of this thing yet. Junior will be proud of his performance, though. You know, he had a tough day, but he's bounced back and he's in the top 10. If he can finish there, I know he'll be happy. He was so depressed about not winning last week. It kind of bummed me out listening to his podcast. He said his number one goal was just to not cause a wreck or cause any problems. Then he saw that he had a chance to win, and then when he didn't, he said it was like extra disappointing. We're back.
Welcome back to Texas Motor
The
Speedway.
overtime, 2 laps to go.
NASCAR's best drivers having some fun on a Sunday afternoon, and we get to bring you
Timmy Hill, Garrett Smithley, Ryan Priest, Landon Castle, Alex Bowman, Parker Kligerman still up there?
Credit One overtime from Credit
Oh.
One Bank. Green white checker. If the leader takes the white under green, the next flag ends the race.
And because we're in iRacing, there better not be a caution thrown on the last lap, okay?
Those front four have almost 900 iRacing wins between them.
Wow.
Right behind them, Alex Bowman, Parker Kligerman, William Byron, Dale Earnhardt.
Look at Dale Jr. in the top 10. Jr.'s got a shot at getting a really good finish out of this.
2 laps for all the virtual cash you can imagine.
And it looks like Kligerman's got some significant aero damage.
Ring commemorating this race.
So we'll see.
And you saw in that last restart how important it is for those guys to take this victory. It means a lot to them. They want that.
Oh, cool. They get the ring to win this race. That's awesome.
You see there on their screen? Because you saw Timmy Hill laying a chrome horn.
Timmy Hill
To take the lead.
with the move of the century.
Pace cars in.
Green flag.
Here we go.
I don't like that Junior's stuck in that outside line. Why did my cable freeze as soon as they go back to green? What the fuck? Okay, my cable's off. I'm not going to get to see the finish. Really? As soon as they went to start the race back, my cable cut off. Oh, wait. We're back.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. The leader takes the white on the track. The next one.
Timmy Hill is leading. I can't believe I'm actually getting to see the last lap. Thank you, Northland.
Reese is there.
How bad does Ryan Preece want to win this race? Oh, he couldn't get there. Timmy Hill's going to win the race.
Into turn 4 for the final time. Preece inches away.
Oh, Preece was inside. Oh, side by side. Timmy Hill wins.
Gets his 674th.
Dale Jr. finished 6th. Not bad. I'll take it.
Really close finish right at the line, just like last week.
I missed the 2 to go lap, but I got to see the last lap.
No, he can't. Timmy, congratulations, man. Can you believe that?
Hey, how about that? Man, that was exciting. Man, I can't believe it. It was such a fun race there. I had to do a little boost scoot and boogie here in Texas on Willie B, but
that was cool.
I'm glad to pull the victory off for Roof Flame MBM Motorsports.
I really appreciate my cable cutting out as soon as they go green flat and it cuts out. That was nice.
We don't have it. It's exciting. We don't have a virtual donut sponsor for you. We've been working on that. One of these days.
Timmy, what does this mean to you? I mean, you've been iRacing for a long time. You know,
there's that question. What does this win mean to you?
It's an underfunded team. What does this mean to you? You're in front of a huge audience watching this race throughout the country, in you know, one of the toughest times in our country.
Once again, I feel like Junior could have definitely won this race, but he fucked himself today. But 6th place is not bad.
It means so much. I've got a tremendous amount of fans and friends and family all reach out to me and you know, really congratulate me for the recognition that we've been getting. You know, our team, myself, and our sponsors, a lot of times we don't get that recognition. So to finally kind of capitalize on that, pull off a win here in iRacing, I'm glad that iRacing and Fox and NASCAR really let us do this because it's a tremendous feeling. The amount of
that was awesome.
My phone's blowing up. I see we're trending on Twitter, and it's just a really nice feeling. I've been in this.
That was a Sunday afternoon well spent.
NASCAR, so this is a win. So it's really neat to get this, and hopefully we can pull some wins off when we go.
Priest was almost door to door with him coming to the line.
Well, congratulations on a great race today. Ryan Priest had your mirror filled up there on the last lap, and boy, you brought it home. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Timmy Hill the winner, Ryan Priest, Garrett Smithley, Landon Castle, Alex Bowman.
Alex Bowman, top 5.
Dale Jr., William Byron, John Hunter Nemechek, Kyle Larson, and Kurt Busch, the top 10, 11th.
Kurt Busch got a top 10.
Hey.
Boyer finished 11th?
He hung in there.
What a comeback.
For that. Survival, guys. It was all about survival. The redo, I needed a redo. I got together with Biffle, the Biff, off at 2. I guess we were
Welcome
3
back,
wide.
Greg
I realized
Biffle.
we were 3 wide. My spotter, Jeff Gordon, I had to fire him halfway through the race. Moved to Larry McReynolds. Larry said nothing. We were 3 wide. I collected a bunch of them. But again,
that was
a great
so
time
fun.
Timmy Hill,
That was just as good as last week. Actually, it was better.
It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to compete in this over the next few weeks. But man, we're all in this together. Again, looking forward to next week, boys. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks for being with us, Clint. We'll see you next Sunday. Next Sunday, iRacing continues.
Bristol next Sunday, 1 o'clock. Get ready.
In Tennessee, 1 Eastern on Fox and
Wow.
Tomorrow, 6 p.m.
That'll be an experience. I hope they really practice this week because they're going to need it for Bristol. I don't have iRacing, but I've driven Bristol with a steering wheel and pedals before, and it's a pain in the ass. Oh, man. Well, I guess I'm going to get the hell off here. That was a really fun race. Made me very happy. Things felt normal for a couple hours. It really does feel normal. Like, I woke up today like, oh yeah, there's a race on today. And then we watched it, and it was fucking great. Way to go, Timmy Hill. Timmy Hill put it on him there. God, that bump and run on William, but that was the stuff of legend right there, dude. When he moved William Byron out of the way for the lead. I'm going to be watching that over and over. That was the pass for the win when he did that shit. So that was awesome. Anyway, I'll see y'all next week at 1 o'clock on Sunday for Bristol. That's going to be fun. But, hold on. Let me switch over to my PlayStation so I can properly close this shit out. I don't know what to say. Fucking wow. Way to go, Timmy Hill. I'll see y'all next week.